Hey guys, my name is Chelsea Davis, aka CC, and welcome back to another video on Be Epic. This is part 2 for the ADD/ADHD versus sports part 2. This is what you guys have been waiting for, my actual experiences that play on the court, no pun intended, with ADD. So here we go. 1 second. Okay guys, so I got my list of things because clearly I can't remember everything or practice it enough times to actually remember my list. So here we go. The first number one thing, and I'm gonna go and check these off. Got my pen. So actually the first thing that I struggle with on the court with having ADD, or I think it's because it's ADD, but and I talked to a lot of other players that have ADD or ADHD, and they pretty much agree with my list. So the number one thing is plays. It's hard enough. I ask in advance to go over plays or to be sent plays to me before actually touching the court when I get here or wherever I'm going, because it takes me longer than normal to actually remember the plays. And then number two, like with plays, if they keep changing, it's harder and harder for me to remember. I'll get them if I'm running through them on the court, but it's just, if you're just changing it, it's so hard. I got a skip for you also with that.
I would love to be able to stay right on task, stay focused, be able to read the playbook once and know what it's like. And I think it's that level of frustration, knowing that I have the talent and that I just can't do it.
Ooh, this is the second biggest thing. This is like my top thing. These are the top two things that I struggle with ADD on the basketball court. Explaining. I cannot tell you enough. I need like a bad example and a good example, because I need things straight, sweet, to the point. There's two ways to explain, the best way for me to understand if you're explaining me something. Tell me what I'm doing bad, and then tell me what I'm supposed to do. That's the best way to explain. Another way is just to tell me exactly what you want me to do. So, for an example, say you're traveling on this move. Get rid of the swing through, period. Just go right into your drop step or something like that. Like, that is the best way to explain. Tell me, I want you to do blank, blank, and blank. Don't tell me, oh, well, you can't swing through because if the defense is on this side, they might step over, so you gotta swing through and don't travel the foot over here to do this. I don't need all that. Just tell me what you want me to do.
For the coaches, it's important to know that these are kids that are going to need the instructions broken down, and for them to only give about 1 or 2 instructions at a time.
Oh my goodness. Dancing in practice? Okay. People may think that like I'm just, I'm not focused and stuff like that. And sometimes I'm not. I'm not gonna lie. It just helps me just get through the day. You know, if you're not dancing at least 1 time a day, anything, whether it's like the dab from the nene to just shaking your leg, like if you don't do this once a day, how are you happy in life? Like, anyway, I practice 2 times a day, and if I'm not dancing in at least one of those practices, it ain't me. It's some evil doppelganger or something, because that ain't me.
This doesn't apply to everybody with ADD or ADHD, but at least for me, when I don't have my medicine in me, I'm so hyper. I dance, I go all over the place.
Ooh. I'm afraid to talk about this topic. Because last game, though we just lost. Last game, there was a lot of talking, but I still could hear my coach. Most of the time, if there's a really loud crowd on near the bench or like close to the bench, it's so hard for me to understand. Like, I have to get up close to actually understand what he's saying. It's hard. It's hard to just focus in on what he's saying, but luckily I don't have that problem here.
Bitch, yes you do.
We care. I have often been accused of not caring about things, which I can understand because I'm easily distracted and forget to put my things away whenever I get home, or forget to raise my hand before I answer the question, or forget to listen whenever somebody's telling me something. And because my brain is moving so fast sometimes, I forget to think before I say something.
I may come off as rude, even though I'm really not. Like, I really do care, but I just sometimes come off as rude because I like to get straight and sweet to the point. Like, I don't like to dance around my point. Like, I'm blunt, okay? I need to hurry the things up. So, for an example, this past summer, I played in New Jersey in a semi-pro basketball league. And this girl was on the line. She wasn't on my team. She was shooting the free throw. And then she shot it. I already saw that the ball was going to come off and go on to her side. So I ran back for a fast break. This girl, she was standing there looking at the ball go up, not ready to get the rebound. All of a sudden, I didn't even mean to, but I just screamed,
Nigga!
"Help me!"
Nigga!
I just said the N-word. And she just looked at me like, huh? Oh! And grabbed the ball. We went for a fast break. And I really didn't mean to say the word, but it was just like, come on, son. Like, pay attention here. I'm trying to get a fast break. Let's go. I didn't mean to say it. It just came out. I don't mean to be rude, but it just happens. I'm going to get on 2 points. Looking like I'm tired and hyper focused in the game. I be looking so tired, but most of the time, 3 out of 5 times, I'm not really tired. The stupidest thing, but I really forget to focus on breathing. When I'm running down, worrying about my man, the fast break, what I have to do on the screen, and then I gotta rebound, then I gotta go back and then remember to play, and then continue on playing basketball, I forget to breathe. Throughout all of that, I look so much more tired and my body language is just off. And then the second thing that kind of ties into it, I hyper focus. And that's another thing when I come off rude. They all kind of piggyback off of each other. Like, I come off rude because I'm so focused on something else sometimes. And in the game, I hyper focus on everything. So if I make a basket or if I get an and-1, I may not celebrate right then and there because I'm focused on, okay, I gotta take my time. Let me take the time now to breathe and focus on my free throws. Hyper focus it's such like it's like the camera not focusing on a scenery or something or whatever it's pointing to. It's like I have to hyper focus to know what I'm doing. Somebody else does a good job of explaining the hyper focus.
We hyper focus. In order to get our brain to work properly and do what other people can do very easily, I have to do what's called hyper focus, which means that I have that thing that I know for sure, without a doubt, I must get done. So I put aside everything else, zero in on that thing until I have it complete.
Hey, do you want to
I can't right now.
Last but not least, okay? ADD people, ADHD people out there, all of y'all, all of us, we are really creative. And that's what this channel is about. It's being epic. It's being as creative as you can to get to your destination, to whatever that destination is. You gotta be creative to get there, to figure out if this way doesn't work, okay, move on to the next. See if this way works to get to where you're trying to go. Because that helps me on the court so much, guys. You have no idea. Like, my reaction on the court helps me dictate where, like, how to get to the basket, how to play on defense sometimes if it works. A lot of it's a hit and miss, but that's what life's about. You can only learn, you know? Just be creative. Don't change yourself for nobody else. If anything, figure out a way to fake it till you make it. That's like something I kind of live by, because if somebody thinks you're rude or whatever, just try not to look like that. If you look like your body language is like, I don't care, just look more like you're interacted in the conversation, but you could be thinking about your next breakfast meal. Like, do whatever it takes to not look like you, but to actually be you in your head. But no, that's not what I want to say or want to come off saying. I just want to say, like, be yourself always. be creative in being yourself. If you take anything away from this video, focus on your body language, okay? Fake it till you make it, because that's what I do and it helps a whole lot here. Thank you guys for watching another one of my videos by yours truly, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Right in the description box, ooh, say that 10 times fast. Right in the description box, if you have ADD or ADHD and you play sports, tell me where you are, what sport you play, and if you have any questions, just ask me and I'll do the best I can with explaining. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Stay epic and peace! I just want to make sure that it's clear that these videos that I got, they're straight off of YouTube, and if you want to watch the whole thing, because I cut up for what I needed for this specific video. So if you want to see those videos, they're in a list below in the description box. So go check that out, okay? These people, they make really good points, and it's really good information to learn more about ADD and ADHD. If your kid has it, it's more information that you need to know to how to teach that kid and or how to spot it. Like when I first found out about it, it wasn't until high school, and it was a struggle in itself to actually figure out what it was. But learn as much as you can about it, and then you'll be able to figure out how to deal with it, because like I said, you're gonna have it for the rest of your life. So after finishing this video, go ahead and watch their stuff. So